All right, welcome back to Untitled, the podcast, where we go beyond the closing table. Today, we are going to be talking about something that is going to change all of your lives forever.
Hopefully not forever.
I mean, we get to do more things.
So, we all know that title agents already wear so many hats. However, big changes are coming to the closing table. Beginning on December 1st of this year, 2025, federal law requires settlement agents to collect and report certain information to FinCEN, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network.
Financial Crimes Enforcement Network.
Yes. So if you're handling cash deals, working with LLCs, corporations, trusts, or partnerships, this rule is going to impact your transactions. So today we're going to break down what the rule means, who it applies to, and why it matters for our agents, lenders, and investors.
So this is basically comes down to money laundering. The government wants to be able to figure out more easily who is laundering money. They often do it through real estate, and who better than to do all the work for the government without any pay are the title companies.
I've always wanted to be a detective.
True. It's not a title company requirement. It's the federal government's requirement.
So that means every single title company, attorney's office doing real estate closings in the entire country will have to do this.
Yes. You don't get to call and yell at us and say, I'm going to move title companies if you make me give you all this info. Good luck.
We have to. So here is the transactions that apply to this rule. So if it is all cash, if it is a like a hard money lender, or if it is a lender that does not have a anti-money laundering regulated bank, if they are not an anti-money laundering regulated bank, then they qualify. But the buyer, this is what triggers it. The buyer has to be, if you're just a regular person, if you're just taking title in your individual name, you're good. We don't have to do anything. Doesn't matter if you're paying cash, doesn't matter who you're borrowing money from, you're good. If you are going to be purchasing under your LLC, under your corporation, in a trust, whether you're an investor or not, doesn't matter if you're buying in a trust or if it's a partnership, all of those automatically make us stop and pause and look and see if your transaction qualifies to be reported. Is it reportable? So we start with who's the buyer. If they are LLC, corporation, trust, partnership, if they are an entity and not an individual, then we look and see who their lender is. If they're paying cash, is it seller financing? That's reportable. If they are borrowing money from mom and dad, reportable. If it is
hard money lender,
yep. If it's a hard money lender, reportable. And then the third thing we have to look at is the property considered 1 to 4 family residential? And there are even more caveats in that. So if you like to buy houses that you're going to rent out, or you like to flip them and sell them, obviously that's a residential transaction. That would be reportable. But we've been told what if you buy a laundromat, but on the second floor, there's an apartment because a portion of the property is residential, that is reportable.
Right.
What if you're buying land?
Oh, such a good question. If you are buying land with the intent to build a residential property on it, then that's reportable. The government has not said how much farther in advance do you have to be building to make it reportable. If you're just like, I'm buying this land, one day I'm gonna build a house on this. This is what I'm doing it for. It's reportable. If you're an entity.
Yeah.
Also, oh gosh, there was something else. I lost it. We'll just keep going.
I was gonna ask if you are a buyer, cash buyer, you're buying it in your company, but then you realize all this information, you're like, never mind, I'll just buy it as myself. Does that have any triggers?
So, yes, because we are, if we as the title company, if we don't do something right, if we don't fill in the information correctly to the government, if we willfully just don't report a transaction that was reportable, we will get in trouble. We will either be fined. We could have penalties. It could be lump sum. It could be daily, or we could even go to jail. So if we know that they are actively trying to avoid being reported, then we have to report it to FinCEN.
I ain't going to jail for anybody.
I am not going to jail.
And that's what I'm hearing as you go through this. This is new, right? It's a new rule, and we will be navigating this together as an industry, but also there's such a checklist, right? So many items at play. You're not going to go into any real estate transaction without hearing something about this, being asked to sign a disclosure that none of these things apply, or maybe one of them applies. I mean, we will be doing what our industry does, is assessing risk and trying to eliminate and prevent it as much as possible. So there are many reasons to report. There's going to be also reasons not to report, but guarantee there will be a disclosure for everyone involved, acknowledging this was a topic, this was brought up, questions were asked, we did our job, we did our due diligence, because what you said, we are not going to prison for not reporting
a real estate transaction.
Didn't
they say there's 111 data points that you have to like kind of comb through?
Yes.
Right now. I mean, that's even, and this is gonna change, right? They
don't even have the form ready
right.
yet. FinCEN's not done with their form, so we can't even proactively get our stuff ready. We're all just guessing. This is our best guess right now.
And we have to do it in 3 months or we get fined heavy fees. So
thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yeah, thousands of dollars.
So why it matters so much for agents and investors is the information that we have to collect up front. So some examples of that are...
It is a lot. So normally we need your, operating agreement or your partnership agreement, whatever, your entity documents. We need to know who has the authority to sign. That's like the main thing we typically care about as title agents. We want the documents being signed to be signed by the right person.
And the EIN numbers.
Yes, we need the EIN numbers. So FinCEN wants a lot more than that. They want to know who is part of your organization. So if you have, let's say, 4 members of an LLC, you each equally own 25%. We now have to get the personal information from each of those 4 members. So we need your names, we need your birth date, your social security number, your physical address, can't be a P.O. box.
Right.
And then for all of the members. If there is somebody else in the organization who's not a member but is still has the authority to handle money within the company, we need their information as well. We also have to list every single dollar that comes into our account. So if you send in $5,000 of earnest money, we need to have $5,000 written down, and we need to have the full account number of where it comes from. And same with if you're getting a loan from a hard money lender, that lender is going to have to give us their account number and their information for where that money's coming from. If you're bringing funds to closing, if it's seller financing, all those things, we have to have detailed personal information from all of those people. And I will just tell you, I don't know if this is true for everyone, but when we receive a wire from our bank, we do not see the full account number. We just see the last, I think, 4 or 6 numbers.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is all information that the buyer will have to give us while we're processing this file.
And that part right there, that is new to us. Yes, we've always obtained trust docs, operating agreements, things of that nature to review, but the personal information for each party, and it's going to have to be updated.
Yes.
And if there's any changes made, that's going to have to be relayed to us. And the wires that come into our account, just like you said, that's not something that we've had to check into at all our whole careers. And that's going to take time, because the state of the world we live in right now, which this is to eliminate fraud, but there are so many what's the word I'm looking for? Unethical, but also people want to protect that information.
Oh, yes. People already
sometimes they don't even want to give us their social security number.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about this, and this is way more than that. I mean, this is
like invasive.
Yeah, and that it's got to be a conversation. We're having it now. It's happening in our industry, but if you're getting ready to buy a home or a property, like, this has got to be in the forefront, upfront conversations.
This also is not a one-time thing. We have to report all of this information every single time your entity purchases property.
Correct.
So we've got investors that we do multiple closings with, sometimes multiple in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And each single one of those is going to have to be reported on. Mm-hmm. So not only are you going to have to fill out, the buyer's going to have to fill out all the information we need, but then we have to take that information after closing and input it into the government's website.
Mm-hmm. And report it. So it goes way beyond what we've had to report thus far as taxes for capital gains, 1099s. So if settlement and title companies do not report this information, the fines are astronomical. I mean, it's $25,000. And
I don't think
5,000 daily.
That's not set. I don't think those are set in stone.
Oh, they're not.
But I think it depends. See, there's two different ways you can do it wrong. You can accidentally do it wrong, and those are lower fees, like maybe $1,500. I think is where it starts at. But if you willfully do it wrong, and you're just like, no, I'm not reporting that. Not this guy. You can. I mean, I think it's like $250,000.
Correct,
and that's jail time. So it's
jail time, and then it goes up for every day you do not report it after your time limit.
I'm pretty sure
your grace period. And let's be real, like, that's more than a closing fee. So
all of those numbers were more than a closing fee.
So
geez,
we do not have the spare money. For errors.
Exactly.
I don't want to accidentally go to jail for accidentally doing something wrong.
No. Right? So what this means for our company, but I think for our whole industry, is if we don't have this information by the time we get to the closing table, we will not be doing the closing.
We will not be doing the closing.
We have to have this information. It is required by the government. We don't want any of it, but we have to.
And yes, and the accuracy of the information is critical. You can't just, I don't want to say bad words. But you can't half-ass it. Like, we need to know the information. It has to be accurate because, I mean...
And a lot of people even don't want to... A lot of our investors want to give P.O. boxes.
Yes.
And, I mean, you're going to have to give physical addresses and like that. Like, don't make up an address. Like, you know?
So the workflow, the checklist, new training... Not only for ourselves who are experts in the industry, but new employees coming in, even across the board for lending, for brokerages, for title underwriters. I mean, the new training on this is going to be essential. The out-of-pocket costs we will incur is something we will sit down as a team, right, and decide what that's going to look like as far as increasing fees, but it's happening. It's here. A lot of the benefits, I think, are obvious. I mean...
You're helping prevent
money
laundering and fraud. And I think that it is data, the collection of data, which happens when you use your app at McDonald's. You know, I mean, it happens when you log in, right, to your Netflix account. Like, all of that data is being stored. And that's what's happening with these real estate transactions, because in all of the classes that we've been in, and there's been so many, all of the teachings we've had on this, I mean, money laundering is happening in other countries, right? And it's coming back over here, and the real estate transfers of it all is what's got us here. So The benefit is, right, there's going to be increased transparency. As long as we're all on the same page, we are discussing this, talking about it. You know that I'm about to have a real estate transaction happen. Get ready. Get your documents in order. And if you're an investor, I would keep them in a safe place, right?
Absolutely.
It protects our industry reputation because, I mean, look at the government looking to what? The title company, the title agents.
Didn't they just recently say we weren't necessary?
Yes. Oh. Totally. Just that happened, right? We weren't necessary. Well, hello. We're still here, and
we're doing more.
We're doing more,
yeah.
And not
Crime Stopper was not on my 2025 bingo card.
Crime Stoppers. That is exactly right. So there's benefits and there's risks. What other challenges do you think this will bring?
I mean, time consuming for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get some pushback from people. Mm-hmm. Just like we said, people don't like sharing the normal stuff we have to get. Yeah. They're definitely not going to want to give us their birth dates and their everything, their account numbers, like everything. It's just so much. And then we're going to have to do all of this securely.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot, please do not. If you are a buyer and you're buying with Entity and you qualify for this, do not send your information through just a regular old email. Do not do it. It's not secure. You can get hacked. You might already be hacked and they're just watching your stuff. We have to do this through secure portals.
Yes.
We personally have our stuff saved in a secure
portal.
I don't even know how to say internet word, like technology words. I don't know. It's all secure. It's in the cloud. I don't know.
Bubble of security.
It's a bubble of security. I like that. But we have to keep these on file for 5 years.
In that bubble of security.
Yes,
that we
exactly.
have. Because our IT team is great and we don't know.
We do everything they tell us to.
Yeah.
And that is also best practices because the American Land Title Association came out with that in 2015.
Hey, the important part is we're paying someone to do the IT security. There are other companies out there that do not do that.
That's right.
Yeah. Just in talking about this, I feel like we may need to think about, and all you title agents out there listening, we may need to do a pre-closing. You know, like
a practice,
like when we meet with the buyers and go over all of this information, like because we can't. They've got to give this information to us. A lot of our customers will just say, "Here it is, fill it out.
Yeah,
you've got it, put it in place." So it almost may be like.
And we have been advised not to fill it out for you, which sucks for our repeat customers.
Yeah. They're going to get so annoyed with that form.
Yeah, as it gets more standardized, I think it will be easier. You know, for the time being, it's like helps us, right, in preventing fraud. Like, just come in, let's sit down at the closing table and fill out this 111 question form.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of information.
I don't want to send Tab off into a rant, but I have to.
Would it be a day if I wasn't on one?
We have not even brought into the conversation about split closings and other title companies being involved in this process.
I mean,
yeah. We have to figure out who is going to be responsible. So they're calling it a waterfall. There's 7 or 8 people that are qualified to potentially reporting. That was hard to say. Okay.
Try again.
Okay, so there is a waterfall of 7 or 8 people that are on the list of who has to report this, if it's reportable. The first one is who the settlement agent is listed on the settlement statement. The second one is who prepared the settlement statement, which is usually the same. I think it's rare to not have the same.
Normally the buyer's title company.
Yes. Then I don't even remember who's after that, but I know the person who
records the deed.
Records the deed. So we're not going to be able to do we didn't talk about this. It does not matter what your purchase price is. It does not matter how big, how small. If you are quit claiming for $0 from you as a person to your entity, it is reportable.
Yes.
We still have to do this.
That means attorneys' offices who do quit claim deeds are even going to have to worry about this.
Absolutely. This is everybody.
Yeah.
And so whoever records the deed is responsible before the person who prepares the deed.
So you're not going to go and buy a property with cash in your personal name and be like, oh, I'll go put it into my company's name next week with a quitclaim deed. No, still gets reported.
Yeah.
I mean, the risk of liability on who reports and if it's filed incorrectly is a whole nother reason for split closings to be abolished.
I mean, it's just a lot of liability because we want to have proof that the other title company's doing it and doing it correctly.
Correct. And I mean,
because who are they going to put in jail?
And then, but also you have to think you're getting all this information from the buyer. If we represent the seller, the buyer's not going to want us to have their information.
No.
So we shouldn't be the ones to do it. So we're going to have to come up with some more forms that we all sign agreeing to who's doing what.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
And it will eliminate those who are not taking this seriously.
Absolutely.
So that also won't be a bad thing for us, right? Because, if you are in a closing real estate transaction and this is not a topic, then that is a problem. That is a red flag, and you need to call and ask questions and find a settlement agent who knows what they're doing, who knows the liability, and who knows the benefit of this going smoothly and properly.
All right. Let's just do some of our own quick questions or confessions, just real quick for us before we get into our next mini segment.
Okay.
This is for either of you, a funny or awkward reaction you've gotten when asking for personal information or paperwork from people before?
Oh my gosh.
Wait, okay. Ask me that again.
Okay, so when you're like on the phone with a buyer or seller and you have to ask for like...
Oh my gosh.
I know what you're going to say.
Oh my gosh. When I have to ask if they're married or single, what's your marital status? Men love to joke around that they are single and looking. Or they tell me that they have been happily married for 30 years. It's either one or the other.
And you're like, okay, I did not need
either a piece of information, but it did make me laugh.
Married or single.
And I mean, not too long ago, I forget whose file it was that she was a crazy lady. I mean, she was just a crazy lady. And it
wasn't our customer. We heard about this somewhere.
I don't even know that she was our customer. However, she decided to call me and tell me why her wire had not went out to her yet. I don't think she was our customer, actually. But she wanted to let me know all the reasons why, or all of the things that I should be doing differently as a business owner in my business, that we had not disclosed this to her, which, of course, she knew that her wire would go through once the file had funded. And it was pretty funny because I finally said, well, you know what? I didn't ask you for your business advice, so we'll let you know when your wire goes through.
So Mel's was awkward. Yours is a bless your heart moment.
Yeah, like it was exhausting.
I think the awkward comments I get whenever I'm talking to customers about their closing is when they want to comment and they're like, is this you on the website? Like, you're like,
oh,
no, that's not me. That's Tabitha. Ask for her. All right. Okay. So next one. How do you explain FinCEN to a client in under 30 seconds without their eyes glazing over? So you're on the phone with somebody and they're like, what's FinCEN?
So FinCEN is a part of the government that is going to figure out who is laundering money. Mm-hmm. Boom! I did it.
Perfect.
Yes,
off the rip, too. Good job. All right. Are y'all ready for our FinCEN pop quiz?
Yeah. Bring it on.
Do y'all want to take turns or just jump in? How do y'all want to do this?
Let's just go for it.
All right. Okay, listeners, it's time for our FinCEN pop quiz. Test your knowledge on the new rules coming up at the end of the year, and let's see how many you get right or wrong.
Oh, no.
Y'all two aren't allowed to get any wrong. If y'all do, I'll edit it out.
We cannot get any wrong.
Okay. What does FinCEN stand for?
Financial
Crimes Enforcement Network.
Okay.
You know what? You got there. It's fine.
Yes.
All right. Question 2. Starting December 1st, 2025, what type of real estate transactions must title agents report to FinCEN?
Cash transactions.
So you start with the buyer. If the buyer's an entity, trust, partnership, LLC, corporation, anything that's not a person, that's
Right.
number 1.
Okay.
Then you go to their money. Are they paying cash? Are they getting a loan? Is it a hard money lender? Is it a bank that has the anti-money laundering regulations? ALR means you do not have to report, but if it's anyone else, seller financing, cash, hard money lender, you got to report. And it has to be residential or the potential to become residential after closing.
And everyone will be asked questions regardless of if we report it or not.
Yes.
There will be a disclosure.
That was clear as mud.
Good
right.
job, processing princess.
I've been like, I don't know.
Consumed with FinCEN for 2 weeks.
I really have, and I'm just really thinking about the documents. Like,
They're going to be the best docs.
Okay. Why is FinCEN requiring this reporting?
Because there are too many fraud, bad actors, people who want to get over, everyone looking for a come up and not doing things the right way, which makes it harder on all of us who do. So it is to increase transparency in real estate and prevent money laundering.
when you said bad actor, I thought you were going to say a bad word again.
I was like, she is on one today.
Well, the industry calls them bad actors, but I really want to say, like, I feel like they're good actors if they're taking your money.
They are good actors, first of all, and then I don't like that either because it tries to make them seem like nicer people.
Yeah.
I just call them bad guys.
Yeah, I
bad
like that
guys,
better.
scam artists.
Yeah, liars. Anyways, okay, so it's to combat money laundering and other financial crimes in real estate.
Correct.
Perfect. Okay, true or false? Title agents can opt out of FinCEN reporting if they don't agree with it.
False! False! We don't have a choice. We have to do it.
Yes, or we're going to jail, and I don't want to go there.
I'm too pretty to go to jail. Or what did someone say yesterday? He's not too pretty to go to jail, but he's too pretty to go to jail for somebody else.
That's right.
Right.
Question 5. Which of the following parties might be affected by this new rule? Only buyers? Only lenders? Only investors? Or all of the above?
All of the above. Disclosure, disclosure, disclosure.
We're all going to be affected.
So this is how. So we talked a lot about what we need to get from the buyers. If it's reportable, we got to get some stuff from the sellers too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 111 points, but it's still some stuff. So we got to get that. It will possibly delay closings if we don't have. What if one of their members is? I've got an investor right now who's out of the country for the month. What if one of the members is out and nobody knows what his social security number is or his date of birth? Like, we have to
I'm
have
not
all that
gonna know that.
information. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it could delay closings.
And we're on top of it.
Yep.
Right? We're proactive. We've been in boot camp over this week. It's starting December 1, and we're already working on documents. Like, you've got to have your team, your people, in any type of real estate deal, like, on top of their game to keep it smooth. We got you. We are here for you.
Okay, true or false? FinCEN's rule applies only to luxury properties over $10 million.
False.
It could be a shack.
Yeah.
That you're paying $10 in cash for.
Yes.
It's zero consideration.
Yep.
And can I tell
Which is
you,
zero money.
it'll be the ones that cost $10 that are going to be the most trouble getting people to
Yep.
give us the info.
100%.
Okay, quick bonus lightning round. Fill in the blank. Non-compliance with FinCEN can result in blank and blank.
Fines and jail time.
Yeah, fines and jail time.
I mean, pretty much civil and criminal penalties. So, yeah.
Okay, I have some more ideas floating in my head right now.
Write them down for the takeaways. Okay, and then last one. When does this rule begin?
December
December
1st,
1.
2025.
All right. How'd everybody do on our FinCEN pop quiz?
We got 100%.
Absolutely. We are 100% A+.
If you didn't do so hot, then we are here to guide you and answer any questions. So give us a call.
Or just rewind and listen to this again.
Yeah, exactly.
We are offering classes.
Yes.
That we can come and speak to you and your team directly, or you can come to us.
We're going to have to do something online for our investors, too.
For sure. A Zoom. Okay, before we wrap it up, do y'all have any important takeaways or anything that we've missed out on that you just want to quickly add?
I want everyone to memorize each other's number in case we need a jailbreak or someone needs to bail me out of jail.
Gosh.
I only know a few.
That is hilarious. That is
Don't call me after 8 p.m. I got my do not disturb on.
Memorizing each other's phone numbers.
Okay, so I have one for real. So sometimes, you get to the closing table and then, and this could be an investor, it could be just a regular person, just buying their home they're going to live in. And they decide, I think I'm going to take title in the name of my LLC. Or, more common, I'm going to take title in the name of my trust. Because a lot of people like to purchase in their trust for estate planning purposes. And that suddenly turns it reportable. And then we have to stop and we have to gather all that information at the closing table. So that will cause delays.
Yeah. Really think about it when you're putting in an offer, how it's going to be on the contract, and think about how it could affect your closing before you say anything. Because once it's out of your mouth, we have to report it, or we have to, isn't there another form?
Yes, suspicious activity report.
Yes. So if you flop back and forth like that, then we have to do a suspicious activity report, even if it was just a thought out loud that you said.
Yeah. I don't even know what that form looks like or what information we submit for that.
Yeah.
I just know it exists. Or it will exist. I don't know if it does yet.
And I mean, main takeaway is we're not going to close if we don't have this information. And we're going to let you know up front. We're letting you know now. We will continue to let our customers know throughout the whole processing process, but we will not close.
Yeah.
Without this.
And it's not our rule.
It's not our rule, and no other title company should close without this information. So let's just be prepared. Let's just have it readily available. And honestly, if you're in business with someone, you need to know where they live.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to know their address, birth date, all the things. So if you're not a criminal, this shouldn't be that big of a deal to you.
Yeah.
I do want to if there are buyers out there that are about to buy their first home or any home, it doesn't have to be their first. If you're about to buy a home and you like to purchase in the name of a trust, if you get a lender that is an anti-money laundering regulated bank, you won't apply. This will not apply to you because that industry is already regulated. That lender is already verifying which account your money's coming from. They're already doing the things required. So this will not apply to you. This has to be, you have to have all three things. So you have to be an entity, you have to be either paying cash or getting a hard money loan, borrowing from an individual, and it has to be residential in some type of way.
Yeah. So don't let it scare you off.
Yeah.
And I think for other title companies too, just as we all across the U.S. prepare for this, it is a time for us to come together, hold each other accountable, and speak to what's working best and making it easy. It is not a time to be confrontational.
No.
I have a little recommendation for the other title companies out there listening. I proposed this to a local title company that I know the owner, and I said, hey, this lender that we both work with does monthly lunch and learns for their agents. We should, you, me, another company, all of these title companies, we should get together and we should teach the class together so that everyone sees a united front and they see that these rules are not title company specific. And everybody is going to be following them. Everybody's going to be doing everything.
That's such a good idea. Yeah. Way to think outside of the box, Mel.
You're welcome. Thank you.
But you know what? You're welcome.
So if we aren't reporting this, then who would? You got to think about that. FinCEN's new rule may feel like it's just another regulation, but it's one that's here to stay. So it doesn't matter if we like it or not. and the penalties for getting it wrong are serious.
The good news, with the right workflows, checklist, and a proactive title team, compliance doesn't have to derail your closings.
So if you're an agent, lender, or investor, get educated now, because starting December 1st, 2025, every cash deal with an entity on title will look a little different.
Follow us at Authority Title and Escrow on our Instagram or creative.closer for resources and updates as the rules roll out. And as always, we'll see you beyond the closing table. Bye!
Bye, guys!
If this podcast hit home, hit a nerve, or gave you something to think about, we hope you'll join us next time.
We'd love to hear what resonated with you, what stood out, challenged you, or made you think. Let's keep the conversation going.
Until next time.
Keep questioning the old rules and keep closing new deals.